Long story short.
I find it interesting, the differences. Eventually, we'll get into the basic training, but like when I was in basic, it was unheard of to attack a drill sergeant. Like the few who was brave enough to do it, they got their ass beat. So it's interesting, like to hear that.
What a 5-year difference would make.
Yeah, but we'll get into like the differences of like when we joined, when you joined, and soldiers that are joining like
Right.
post COVID. I do want to ask, what was the process of joining? Like, what made you find your recruiter? How was that? How was your recruiters?
Her name is, I'm not gonna say her name actually, but it was a female, very kind, very sweet, very genuine. She just felt like she would tell me the answers, the real deal. But it was crazy because I actually lived next to our armory, which is the Kingsbridge Armory. I don't know if you've been around, but I lived there my whole life, and it was crazy because across the street is my elementary school that I went to school, and then at that time I was thinking about working for that elementary school, and it was crazy. My elementary teacher is now the principal at the school, so she was like, bumped into her, and she was like, "Hey, we need a job," because I was working with kids around that time, so you can have this job. So I'm literally staring at the school, and like I had like this small voice that turn around. So I turn around, I see this advertisement, National Guard, whatever. Remember, I lived next to the Army my whole life, so I seen this ad probably or walking past it my whole life, literally. So I take a picture of it, didn't think nothing of it. My house is probably like 5 minutes away from it. Went to go lay down, try to go to sleep. And I remember like maybe like 5 minutes later, I jumped up and it was just like something told me I have to do this. And I ran to my mom, I was like, I'm doing this. And she was like, what? And I'm like, I'm doing this. I said, and that's how kind of the National Guard, Army journey began. Yeah.